Greetings, my lords. Jellord here, coming back at you with another video after a number of months, I guess. When last we spoke, you and my, I guess, 70 subscribers now. I was floating around 69 for a while and thought that was kind of funny and put out a live stream the other day and suddenly I had 70 subscribers. I was like, damn, one live stream, one subscriber. That's a pretty good ratio for me. But anyway, for those of you that watched me a little bit back in, months ago, maybe you know that I was in the process of moving from one state to another, and thankfully that process is over. So I'm happy not to be in a big city anymore with all the big city crime, big city violence, big city bullshit. And yeah, I'm finally like established and finally got the video game collection all unpacked and myself situated enough where I can start recording videos again. I still need to like upgrade my equipment. Got to get a capture card and a decent PC and a decent camera. So I'm still operating with like my PS5 and Steam Deck and my phone for the most part, but it is what it is. I still have fun with it. In any case, yeah, I thought I'd just put a short little video out to kind of wax lackadaisical a little bit about the state of things in gaming since last I left off. Because the last couple videos I made were pretty much right after the Switch 2, or in the midst of the Switch 2 being launched, talking a little bit about game key cards and stuff like that. And I guess it kind of turned out the way I expected it to with the game key cards, now that everybody really knows what they are and are not very pumped about them. It is funny, though, like, to see some content creators basically get out there and talk major shit about game key cards and not wanting to get a Switch 2 because you can't really collect for the console, and then just a few months later they start praising, a Square Enix release, Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, and telling people to get over the key card problem and look, you get a free pack of Magic cards. It's like, fuck you. that's pretty much where I'm at with that. Fuck you and your pack of Magic cards. And like, but it's funny to me how hypocritical a lot of these content creators are. It's like, especially, it's like when you know they're an ambassador to a certain brand, like, good for you, man. Get your fucking cookie. But maybe like not so obviously with the conflicts of interest. Maybe, it's like you're catching yourself in your own web of bullshit that is totally preventable if maybe you just shut the fuck up about certain things. If you happen to be an ambassador, just stay the hell away from certain conversations. And it sucks because it's like some of these content creators, you can tell that they try to stay away from certain subjects, and maybe it seems cowardly, but the alternative, being a hypocrite, is probably better. It's better to be cowardly than to be a hypocrite, I guess. Maybe. I guess that's the judgment call. That's what makes it tough. But anyway, yeah, content creators seem to continue to be completely full of shit for the most part, at least the ones I watch. And I'm not going to name anybody, but yeah, I made a video about it before, how they were all full of shit about the Switch 2 launch. But I digress. Yeah, the launch hasn't been great, I wouldn't say, even after Donkey Kong came out. Like, my brother picked up a Switch 2, and so far he's had Mario Kart and Donkey Kong to play. And it's like, I guess maybe it'd be all right if you never picked up a PS5, but he did. So for somebody like him, just about every release is available. Like, I have a PS5, so the only game I gave a shit about was Daemon X Machina, the new one. What was it? Titanic Scion. I don't know what the name is. Fucking who cares? Uh, yeah, I bought that game for the PS5. I knew that game was going to come out for the PS5, and they weren't like too explicit about it initially. They made it almost seem like it's going to be exclusive to the Switch 2, but it wasn't. And apparently, I've already seen videos talking about how it runs like balls on the Switch 2. So big surprise there. I'm having an all right time with the game. I don't mind it. You know, like I've been playing. I guess that leads me on to the next topic, real quick here. A side note: games I've been playing. Obviously, I've been playing Borderlands 4. If any of you guys watched the live stream or watched a couple minutes of it, whatever. Maybe you didn't. Who cares? I'll probably play some more again, live stream it tonight. But yeah, I've been playing Borderlands 4 as well. All on account, my brother picked it up and he basically suggested I should so we could play together. I don't really like Borderlands anymore. Like, I stopped playing after the second one, and I didn't even particularly like the second one. I had a good time with the first one. I played it with my neighbor, beat it, and then we played through the second one together. We made it to the end. He went on to do all the DLC and shit and power grind for all the fucking stupid gear and fighting the super bosses. I'd lost interest by that point. So like I didn't even do the DLC for Borderlands 2, and I was never interested in Borderlands 3. Didn't even try it. But honestly, both the games, Daemon X Machina and Borderlands, they kind of suffer the same problems. Like, first of all, Daemon X Machina is not like an open world mecha game. Sort of it is, but it's more like it's more like if you were like an open world Iron Man post apocalyptic game, but you have essentially the equivalent of an Iron Man suit that you get to switch out your arsenal. And it has some similarities to Armored Core, I guess, your loadout. Sort of. You kind of have your left and right equipment. You can pick and choose, have different arms, torso, head, different legs. But yeah, like the combat, it's interesting. They did a good job with the combat, I guess. But a lot of the skill curve, yeah, I guess you could beat bosses if you're underpowered, but most of the game is just like collecting the same gear over and over again with slight permutations to the subtext of its capabilities. And that therein lies the problem, if you ask me, between that game and Borderlands, and that's always been Borderlands' problem. It's pretty much the loot. It's just collecting the same shit over and over again with slight permutations to the subtext of its capabilities. That's it right there. Both the games, all the way. Like, and that's what sucks about them. It's like, cool, found this new set of armor, managed to collect all the bits. Let's say in Daemon X, I can do a full loadout, and with its weight and balancing, because that's another aspect that it actually kind of has. That's mecha like, is you have to have your overall like weight and power production capability. I guess your femto particles, whatever powers your fucking bullshit, the make believe shit. Femto, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, you got to balance it out because everything has a cost to equip it, similar to like Armored Core has an energy cost essentially. And however high your weight is, that alters your movement a bit, whatever. But yeah, it's you can set up a loadout and see what you can carry with that particular loadout, see what it's capable of. It's coupled with its movement speed, shit like that. But long story short is you're just gonna like find that new set, and then you'll just keep finding the arms, the legs, the head, the arms, the legs, the head, the arms, the legs, the head, with some little permutation where it's like, oh yeah, plus extra vitality, plus extra to some other stat. It has a little more hit points than the original piece you found, but it's still the same shit. Just like in Borderlands, you find a cool gun that you like, just the way it operates, the way it shoots, what its ammo is like, how much ammo it has, all the Borderland parameters, uh, and then you just end up finding that gun again and again at higher level intervals. And that's essentially the loot. So at the end of the day, there's not that many different types of guns. There's not that many types of unique guns. You got maybe 20, 25 with, they're going to probably add some silly shit, some real guns with the DLC and stuff, some stuff that is like actually noticeably different, that does something else other than like, the handful. And they disguise it as like being different companies, and that's why the guns are similar. I mean, clever disguise, whatever, clever way to try to spin it, but it is what it is, and it's been that way since the get go. Now apparently some of the parts can be mixed and matched. It could be like a Jacobs gun with like some parts from Voloff or whatever the fuck the other company is called. But yeah, that's it's cool, I guess. Whatever. It's still the same thing that it's always been. So I'm not. Borderlands 4 is just more of the same, and it's fine. If I'm playing with somebody else, it's a better time. When I'm playing alone, I kind of just enjoy the exploration aspect of it. Same reason I like Xenoblade Chronicles. I like wandering around finding shit. So if it even has remotely decent setup for going around and looking for stuff, if the rewards are remotely decent, and so far they kind of haven't been, but we'll see. It's very blasé. Daemon X Machina, I think I like it better just because it's cool. Mecha suit flying around, whatever. But both the games kind of have some similar flaws. We'll leave it at that. As far as like some of my old school gaming, I'm playing a lot of DS games lately. I've been having a good time with that. Like Mega Man ZX, the original one, shit like that. Um, Playing some Bust a Move, other random stuff that I'm picking up for it, like Zelda and the whatever Hourglass, Phantom Hourglass. Can't even remember. Just picked it up the other day. Anyway, yeah, playing a lot of DS, but mostly I've been playing the original Phantasy Star for the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance had the trilogy, Phantasy Star 1, 2, and 3 on one cart. And since I love my boxy pixel Game Boy Advance that I build, I play whatever I can on there. So like it's got a nice little IPS screen on it and stuff. I've showed it on the channel before, I think, but for any of you that know or give a shit. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer that collection for the Game Boy Advance didn't have Phantasy Star 4 on it, which is like the best Phantasy Star. I never played through the first three. I played through four, and then I played all the online games. Never played through 1 through 3, so I started going through them. I think I'm like halfway through the original Phantasy Star. I just got Noah in my party. Um, so I've been working my way through that. I've been having a good time with that. I've been also playing Unicorn Overlord finally, probably like 10 hours in, maybe 7 hours in. I've been having a real fun time with that. Unique game, awesome game, cool RTS, like the squad format in that game. Of course, the art is amazing, the music's amazing. I do really like the way that you like create singular units through the composition of multiple units and how they interact together. It's pretty sick. Very cool game. Underrated, I'd say. I've been trying to finish up Shadow Labyrinth. I do like the spin on Pac-Man. I finally reached the point in the game, like 20 hours in, where I'm actually like playing Pac-Man levels, which is pretty cool. Having fun with that. Also, I've been kind of just trying to get through Lunar and Suikoden, but I don't know how you guys feel about it. But some of these remakes, certain games, I've played the original so many times that it's like kind of hard to go through the remake and be like pumped and excited about it, and like to just see the changes. I think a little bit is not enough for me sometimes because I'm like, I know everything that happens, and I feel like I'm just like thumbing my way through all the beats of the game, especially when they're so easy. Like Lunar and Suikoden are so easy. It's like I don't think I'm gonna play through the sequels if I finish both of them. Like I could sit down. I'm close to being done with Suikoden. I could in one more sitting. I could probably beat that game. And then Lunar, I'd probably have to sit down 2 or 3 times to finish it. And it's charming enough. I do like it, but there's like not there's those old school games. I love them. There's nothing wrong with them. I think I've just played it too much, too many times. I've done it all too many times. And back in that at that time, that's one of those RPGs where your characters just kind of level up and learn all their moves. Like you don't make any meaningful choices in terms of how your characters develop or stuff like that. That hadn't become like the mainstream way, and it didn't even have any kind of. There were accessories and the equipment had unique effects, but by and large, the equipment had like a vertical progression where the best stuff in the game was just the best stuff in the game. It's not like you could set up a different combo of equipment to achieve a different but equal effect, let's say, from a different angle or something. No. There wasn't a lot of strategy to the games. A lot of those games you could just go into auto battle and beat most of the game, or in some cases beat the whole damn game in auto battle. Like Vi. You ever played that for the Sega CD? You can beat that whole game just auto battle. And Lunar, they have enough sophisticated enough macros that you could beat the game on auto battle. Phantasy Star 4, they have really good macros in Phantasy Star 4. You could definitely do that. But yeah, that's just kind of what I've been playing. Some of the old school stuff I've been playing. Trying to work my way through. I've got loads and loads of fucking uh, backlog games I haven't even opened. Like all these Switch games up here, I have it packed solid. Like there's a whole other set of that many games packed in behind it, and probably half of them aren't even opened yet. And my backlog is wretched. I could probably stop buying games for like 3 years and finish my backlog. It's getting to the point where I think I'm going to do that. I think the last game purchase for me is probably going to be Final Fantasy Tactics this year. That's going to be coming for me next Tuesday, and that's going to be it. I think I'm not going to buy anything for a while, not till I start working out this backlog. I don't care what comes out, man. I'm skipping everything going here forward for a while. Definitely not getting a Switch 2 until there's at least 5 exclusives that I want. And so far, there's 2 exclusives that I don't want. So we'll see where it goes for that system. Besides that, Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. We'll see if I run into the same rut playing through that because as I did with Suikoden and Lunar, because that was another game that I played through a lot, a lot, a lot. I played through that and the War of the Lions version a lot, a fuckload. So I'm gonna be. It's been a minute, but it'll be interesting to see if I want to go back through all of it all the way. If the new content is going to be enough for me. So many people were crying about the War of the Lions content not being included. Honestly, the Dark Knight, it's not that great, man. Being able to use the Dark Knight skills, not that fucking great. Having to collect 20 death crystals and then having to be a maxed out black mage, maxed out knight. I think there's like a couple other things besides just maxed out knight and black mage that you have to fucking max out to be that fucking class. It's a lot and it's not really worth it. And by the time you get something like that, all your other characters will already be so OP that having the Black Knight around, like if anybody gets to level 8 Black Mage, the character that you get to level 8 Black Mage in order to create the Dark Knight, he's already going to be overpowered just being a Black Mage, man. So it's just like, not only that, I mean, a full powered knight in that game, you could beat that game with 5 full powered knights. If you started a new game as a challenge and you made all 5 of your characters just knights and you maxed them out as knights, and then I guess whatever secondary skills, because whatever, who gives a shit? You beat the shit out of the whole game. Especially if you went ahead and made them all secondary skill monk or secondary skill ninja, so they're dual wielding or just fighting with their knights, fighting with their fists, or fighting with one fist and a shield. I mean, you pound the shit out of that game with just. The point is, either of those classes would beat the crap out of the whole game. So having to have them all just to turn into the Black Knight, it's a novelty. But you already have characters that can do all those moves in the original. You have Agrias, you have Orlando, you have I think her name's Malil Duel or whatever the hell, with the armor breaking moves from a distance. Like you have all the characters that can do all those moves. You have like 3 of them. Who cares? Anyway, the only thing I lament that they took out is the multiplayer aspect of War of the Lions. Like it'd be cool if there was still really difficult battles that you could take on online with friends, and you could each throw a few units in and beat like a real tough battle together to get some cool shit. That would have been cool. They kept that, some form of that, right? Um, yeah. that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm excited. I probably will play back through Tactics because that game has so much replayability. Just even what I just said, like doing a night run challenge, going back through it, like uh, it's cool now that there's going to be 50 space for 50 characters because like might actually be worthwhile to catch more than a few of the monsters. Because before, if you wanted to have all the special characters and then 5 of your own characters that you raised all the way, um, or 4, I guess, so you could have a full team of 5 with Ramza and have 4 of your own characters that you raised, you were pretty much like relegated to having a couple of monsters. Otherwise, you'd have to get rid of your characters that you started the game with, or get rid of some of the story characters, which you don't want to do. But with 50, that's awesome, man. Like that gives you like 20 spaces to mess around with monsters, which is pretty neat. You could breed some powerful chocobos. Although I don't know, I think it's arguable. Some of the monsters, and I mean, none of the monsters are really as good as having a character that has job classes available, especially having like a story character that has special job classes. What they should have done, man, is they should have just had it that there was some way to teach your party members the special jobs. Like if you could become, you know, Holy Knight, whatever. Uh, if they would have made those jobs available, um, this time around for regular characters, if you wanted to make your own Orlando style character. But I digress. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they could have done with it, but I'm happy with what they have. And if you guys don't know, they have these like sound novels, I guess. So now when you send people out on little job quests on their own, like you could in the original game, they might come back with like a sound novel that you can listen to and it's voiced, and it's just like one of the Zodiac Brave stories or whatever. Uh, so that's interesting. I'm interested to see what that's about. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. But this, I guess, this is Jellord Returns, and just want to like touch base and throw it out there what I was thinking about, what I was gaming on, what's going on with gaming a little bit. I'll probably make another video later, a little more concise. Maybe talk about a couple of the subjects that I've been hearing about online surrounding games and stuff recently. Who knows? We'll see. But just want to throw it out there that I'm back in the mix and I'm going to start making videos again. I'm definitely going to be live streaming. I'll probably live stream some more Borderlands tonight, so maybe some of you guys will join me. In any case, that's going to be Jellord out, my friends. Thank you. If you watch this video, I'll talk to you soon.